Have you ever heard people say that when Jesus was a young child or a young teenager, at least after the age of 12, they say that Jesus went to the east or possibly to India or Nepal, and there he was taught by the gurus and the sages, and it was there that he learned what he knew, and it was there that he learned how to perform healings and miracles and so forth. Some people have even profited from this, like the cult leader from the Church Triumphant, Elizabeth Clare Prophet, who wrote the book The Lost Years of Jesus Christ. And in that book, she argues that between the ages of 12 and 30, Jesus had moved or gone out to the east to learn all these mystical teachings and so on. Now, let me just say for the record that this is complete rubbish. And the reason why I say that is, the reason why people speculate about this is that the only account we have of Jesus as a young child, other than his birth stories, the stories that we have of him as a young child, he's 12 years old, according to the Gospel of Luke, chapter 2, and he goes to Jerusalem with Mary and his stepfather Joseph, and after that, we don't hear anything about Jesus until he is 30 years old, when he comes to be baptized by John the Baptist in the Jordan River. And so between the ages of 12 and 30, you have these 18 years of what they call silence. Well, the reason why the Gospels don't say anything about the 18-year interval period and starts with Jesus beginning his ministry at his baptism at the age of 30 is because in the Gospels, you will notice that after that incident when Jesus is 12 years old, you begin to realize that by the time he's 30, Joseph is no longer alive. You read about Mary, his mother, about his brothers and his sisters, but we don't hear about Joseph. Joseph is dead, because if he was alive, he would have been mentioned, and he would have been with Jesus' family when they came looking for him in Mark chapter 3. At the end there. So what was Jesus doing in those 18 years? Jesus learned the trade of carpentry or stonemasonry from Joseph. And when Joseph died, Jesus, being of course the firstborn son of Mary, the eldest in the family, Jesus manned up. He took care of his mother and his brothers and sisters, and he worked as a carpenter. And that's why he was known as not just the son of the carpenter, but he was known as the carpenter. That's what he did for 18 years before he began his ministry at the age of 30. So keep that in mind in future.